Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Candace, and my whole goal of this channel is to give you guys tons of inspiration to minimize your space, to declutter, to create an organized home where you can feel peaceful and just try and get more out of life through spending time with family and budgeting better. So this is about minimalism and mindfulness. If you are into that, I would love it if you click subscribe and follow along my journey. Today I want to talk to you about how to actually get motivated to declutter if you are stuck in a rut, or if you haven't started yet and you're just too overwhelmed to even begin. I know this feeling so well, so hopefully you and I can relate and share some ideas together. Don't forget to comment. I would love to talk to you guys. I'm excited for these tips. I really do hope they help you. Let's go ahead and hop right in. All right, when I started on this journey, I just made a checklist of all the areas in my house that I wanted to declutter. I knew this was going to take some time because it was my entire house, so I knew that there was no way this was gonna happen overnight, but I knew that if I was organized and strategic with my planning, I could get it all done. And I am super excited to say I'm almost there. I just have a couple more areas left to declutter, but I've almost gone through my entire list and checked it off. It's so satisfying and it keeps you organized. A couple of ideas for making your list. You can write down in order maybe what you want to do, starting with simple 10-minute tasks. And I have another video talking all about little 10-minute decluttering tasks that you can do super easily, and that in and of itself can get you motivated to keep going as you see this little progress. But I also recommend starting, as another idea I should say, starting in an area that's gonna make a huge impact. So I personally started in my kitchen pantry because it was driving me crazy, and I knew that I went into my pantry multiple times a day. So getting that decluttered and organized was gonna be a huge benefit to me. So when you make your list, keep these things in mind. Just bear your personality in mind. Do you wanna do little tasks? Do you want to start with big ones? And you might not even make the list in order, but just kind of brain dump all the areas in your house that you're gonna do. That's what I did. I highly recommend documenting your progress. Go through your house as it is. Do not touch a thing. Do not do a quick tidy, and just take pictures of the bedrooms, under cabinets, inside closets, open up drawers. Take pictures, and then as you declutter areas of your house, also take a picture so that you can see the progress that you've made. I've heard before that your mind really adjusts quickly to the new look of your home, so it's easy to forget how it actually looked before. I love the idea of setting a decluttering goal, a time frame goal, whether that be today I'm gonna declutter for 30 minutes and I'm going to get this specific task done. I'm gonna go through all the Tupperware and I'm gonna go through the spices. Or you can say, today I know I've got a little extra time or a little less time, and I'm gonna spend X number of minutes on these projects. So having a time frame goal is really nice. You can also have a long-term goal. I really wanted to have my entire house done in a matter of 3 months. That was my personal goal, and I am really coming up close. I actually need to sprint to the finish because I have a couple areas that I still need to do, and I've got like a week and a half to 2 weeks left. So to make sure that I hit that goal, I've got to go through, look at my list again, and make sure that I hit those last few areas, and then I'll have made my goals. So short-term goals, long-term goals, however you choose to do it, or maybe a combination of both, is really, really helpful to keep yourself on track. All right, if you start getting into this and you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you've taken a big, long decluttering break and you're just having a hard time getting the ball rolling again and finishing up, I really suggest remembering why you're doing it in the first place. So knowing your why is so personal. I will tell you what mine is just to kind of give you some ideas of what I mean by this. But for me, I knew that I wanted to spend way less time cleaning. I felt like I was cleaning for a couple of hours a day because I literally was, and that was time away from my kids. And I could not stand that another second. I also spent a lot of money out shopping and accumulating accumulating. And I just felt that that wasn't fulfilling me anymore, and that it really hadn't been fulfilling me ever. I just had kind of tricked myself into believing that that was gonna bring me fulfillment. So I just didn't want to consume like that on that level anymore. And I wanted to be able to give. So I knew that if I could donate things that were in my home, that I would really be doing some good, and that made me feel really happy. So I had a few really solid reasons of why I wanted to start this journey. And as I've gone through it, I've noticed even more benefits, which have been amazing, but those were my initial reasons. So come up with your why and write it down. What is it that you're looking for in your life that's maybe missing, or what is it you're wanting to do that you feel like decluttering and minimizing is gonna help you accomplish? Just know your why, and that will be so encouraging along the way. I really suggest being willing to invest some money into areas that matter to you. So for the longest time, I had my pantry full of these bright blue Dollar Tree bins. And I had been really excited initially because I thought, oh my goodness, this is so affordable. I did my whole pantry in like $20, and I was really proud of that. But honestly, I was never inspired by the space. I never felt very motivated to keep it clean because I never loved it to begin with. So it wasn't until I let myself spend a good amount of money on my pantry project that I knew that I would care a lot more about it, I would take better care of it, and it has stayed organized. So sometimes you really do want to think about where you want to spend the money in your home to buy different organization bins or baskets, and they do not have to be expensive. Don't get me wrong, mine was just a little bit of a project because I needed so many, so it did add up, but just kind of think, where do I want to invest? Maybe what area of my house is really bringing me down, not inspiring me. I notice it's always cluttered or unorganized, and maybe you can invest in something that you really like, or DIY some projects where you paint or something like that and make it look really, really creative and to you very inspiring. I recommend having a decluttering plan. So you're going to write your list of all the areas that you want to declutter in your home, some small, some really, really big. Then you're gonna set some goals of time frames that you want to accomplish tasks in. In addition to that, I also really recommend knowing your plan of attack. What time of day do you want to declutter? I know some people set their alarm clocks to get up 30 minutes earlier just to declutter, or they might do it during lunch or during nap, or maybe after the kids have gone to bed, maybe on a Saturday. You just kind of hit it really hard and go for a couple of hours with your spouse, your partner, your kids, or just by yourself. But I think kind of knowing when you're gonna do it is going to really, really help you. And again, just write everything down so you stay accountable to yourself and you don't forget. Also, know what you wanna do with everything. Maybe you have a friend or relative who's just had a baby, so you know, I can donate these baby toys and baby clothes to them, or maybe you're gonna donate them to a local charity, the Goodwill. Maybe you have to make a few runs to the landfill like we did. But knowing kind of where these things are gonna go can be really helpful. You might even have a box that's for donations, a box for maybe keeps, which I even recommend putting away for a while. If you don't look at it in a matter of weeks or months, go ahead and get rid of it without even opening it. And then obviously your keep pile, and then trash. So really, I think you only need 4. But then one thing that I do is keep a box in the trunk of my car that I go ahead and fill up as I go throughout the weeks. And once it's full, I can go ahead and donate it. But you could also have a pretty basket in your home that you just let everybody know, hey, if you're done with something, just put it in here. We can give it to charity. And that's just a really nice thing to kind of just have one donation spot that you are able to just fill up as you go, especially as your home gets more and more and more decluttered. This is a nice thing to have because you're not necessarily decluttering so much at once anymore. There are so many different decluttering challenges. Just go on Pinterest and you will get idea after idea after idea of different challenges you can do. Some of them are for a week, a lot of them are for 30 days, and then you've even got some challenges that span over a couple of months. but taking a challenge can be a really great way to motivate yourself, and then you don't have to write everything down yourself. The list has already been made for you. The schedule has already been made for you. You just have to block out the time on your own throughout the day, but it's a really easy way to get motivated because the ideas have already been come up with and somebody else has done that part of it. So just go on Pinterest and just say minimalist challenge or 30-day declutter challenge, and you will not believe how many options come up. Also, have decluttering playlists, have things that you love to listen to, music, podcasts, anything like that that you do not let yourself listen to unless you're decluttering. So it's a little bit of a motivation / reward. I love doing this. Kids love cleaning to music, I've noticed. When I remember doing this when I was a kid, and now my kids love it too. But another fun challenge to do, especially if you have little ones, is to just say, let's see how many items you can each find to donate in the next 10 minutes. Give them each a bag or a box and then count at the end how many they each came up with, and then they get a prize. Whoever came up with the most will get a prize. Just remember that sometimes you will not feel motivated to declutter at all. You just don't want to do it. And it's just something that you know you've committed to, so you're going to follow through. So just remember, you don't need motivation to get these things done. It's just a really, really nice to have. Hopefully this video motivated you and gave you some really excited feelings about decluttering your space. But remember, you don't have to have that in order to get it done. Sometimes you don't feel motivated to eat healthy or work out or clean your house or take your kids where they need to go, but you do it because you know it needs to be done and it's for your overall benefit. So just keep that in mind. It's all right if you don't feel motivated. Just stay committed to doing it. Also, remember that consistency is more important than intensity. So if you want to just commit to doing a little bit of decluttering each day, maybe 10 minutes, that is gonna get you farther than burning yourself out by doing a few really intense projects and then you completely flop over and lose steam altogether, and then it never happens, it never gets finished. So just remember that consistency is so important, and really the key here, that if you only spend a few minutes a day or a certain number of minutes every single week, it will get you really, really far in the long run. It does not have to be this big, over-the-top, laborious hours and hours of decluttering. I know that was a lot, so just to recap really quickly, remember to make a checklist of all the areas that you want to declutter in your home. Document your progress by taking pictures. Set decluttering time frame goals, whether they are daily or span over the course of weeks or months. Don't be afraid to invest money into areas that matter. Remember your why. Make decluttering just part of your daily to-do list and routine. Have a decluttering plan. Remember to keep a donation basket out where you and everyone in your family can see it, or at least know where it is, so that they're able to contribute to the donations as well. Take a decluttering challenge or come up with ways to make decluttering really fun. Remember that consistency is more important than intensity, and you will get it done. Let me know down in a comment where you guys are going to begin, or how you're planning on getting out of your decluttering rut. Wherever you are, I would love to chat and find out how this video was maybe inspiring or helpful to you in some way. Thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned. I have more videos coming. I'll see you soon. Bye.